I'm not panicking, they are.
50 Cent is back on his petty game, and this time, he's coming for the big dogs.
Something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been.
You've likely heard about 50 Cent's upcoming documentary on Diddy. And let me tell you, it's about to turn the entertainment industry upside down. This isn't just another documentary. It's a deep dive into some of the biggest rumors and secrets swirling around.
I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for
The buzz is that this isn't your typical tell-all documentary. No, it's packed with solid proof, hidden stories, and behind-the-scenes secrets that no one ever expected to come out.
They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life.
I know beef with
I don't know why.
With Fifth. He loves me. He loves me.
Do y'all really
can't
have
see
a
it?
beef?
You really, hold on, you really think that's hate? When you really break it down, you've been out here a long time. You know he loves me.
I don't think he like it.
You know he loves me.
Rumors are swirling that some of the biggest names in the industry are desperately trying to block 50 Cent's documentary from being released. But let's be real, 50 isn't the type to back down from a fight. Instead, he's out here calling people out by name, dropping hints, and making it crystal clear that he's ready to face whatever comes his way.
Me?
I don't think he like it.
Okay.
No more puffy juice. No more puffy juice.
Oh, really?
And, just different things that's not really beef though. That's just competitive energy.
So you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really rock with him
Okay.
like that.
Is there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that freaky. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe.
To really understand why 50 Cent is going after Diddy, we need to take a closer look at where Diddy came from and how he rose to fame. Born in 1969, Diddy grew up in Harlem during the tough 1970s. Harlem wasn't just where he lived, it shaped his identity. He's always said Harlem gave him his style, his soul, and his unstoppable hustle. But life wasn't easy for Diddy. When he was just 2 years old, he lost his father, a tragedy that would change his family's path forever. After his father's death, Diddy's family moved to Mount Vernon, a quieter suburb outside the Bronx. It was a big change from the fast-paced, gritty streets of Harlem, but it gave him new opportunities. In Mount Vernon, Diddy attended an all-boys private school and began to explore the performing arts. This was where his passion for entertainment started to take root. Diddy's rise to success truly kicked off during his time at Howard University in Washington, D.C. While he studied business, his real focus was making a name for himself. Diddy started throwing massive, unforgettable parties, not your average college hangouts. These events were so big that even celebrities began showing up. To top it off, Diddy was handing out custom business cards with the nickname Puff on them, cementing his reputation as the ultimate party king. By the end of the 1980s, it was clear he was destined for something much bigger. A crucial turning point came when Diddy's childhood friend Heavy D, who was already a star in the rap game, introduced him to Andre Harrell, the founder of Uptown Records. That connection landed Diddy an internship at the label. From there, his rise was meteoric. He quickly climbed the ranks, becoming an A&R executive in no time and making major moves in the music industry while still in his early 20s.
In particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations, I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else, but I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these parties.
Both Diddy and 50 Cent shared one thing: an intense drive to succeed, no matter the cost. They were hungry for success, and nothing would stop them. Fast forward to 1999, when 50 Cent was about to drop his debut album, Power of the Dollar, with Columbia Records. But despite the buzz, it wasn't enough. So 50 decided to take a bold step that would leave the entire industry talking. In August of 1999, 50 released How to Rob, a track that instantly caused a stir. It wasn't just a diss track, it was a full-on attack. In it, 50 took aim at a whole list of people, from R&B stars like Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat to rap icons like DMX. But the most shocking part, he went after Diddy directly. The opening line? A threat to kidnap Diddy's girlfriend, Kim Porter, and demand a ransom. And that wasn't the end of it. 50 also took a shot at Diddy's dancing, making fun of him for allegedly running to the ATM after his moves. 50 Cent was everywhere back in the day. He was making headlines, sparking debates at barbershops, and getting everyone talking. His track How to Rob made a huge splash, putting him on the map as the new guy who wasn't afraid to stir things up. It was bold, it was clever, and it worked like a charm. Everyone in the industry was buzzing about it, from fans to critics, and suddenly 50 was a name everyone knew. But with all that attention, trouble was just around the corner. In 2000, 50 dropped another track, Ghetto Quarren, and it hit even harder. This wasn't just a song, it was like 50 wrote a street diary, telling his story with raw honesty. The track got people talking for all the right and wrong reasons. It didn't just turn heads in the streets, it was a real look at the world 50 came from. But here's the twist. Even though there was tension between him and Diddy, there was still respect. The New York rap scene was all about sharp minds. 50, Jay-Z, and Diddy were at the top of their game, and no one could deny their talent. 50 Cent wasn't just about making music, he was making a name for himself by stirring things up. In his track Ghetto Quarren, he didn't hold back. He named names, detailed crimes, and even talked about the cars people drove. Some saw it as raw street poetry, while others thought it was crossing the line. One person who wasn't too happy with it? The Dream, who called him out on the track. But things took a serious turn when 50 was shot 9 times outside his grandmother's house on May 24, 2000. Yep, you heard that right, 9 times. It could have ended his life, but not 50. He survived and even drove himself to the hospital like the unstoppable person he is. The shooting temporarily paused his career. Columbia Records dropped him, and his album, Power of the Dollar, was put on hold. It seemed like the end of his music dreams. But 50 didn't give up. By 2001, he was already plotting his comeback. And here's where the plot thickens. Despite all the beef between him and Diddy, they seemed to let the past go. In fact, J-Lo suggested Diddy should bring 50 in as a ghostwriter. Plot twist, right? Diddy took the advice, and 50 claims he even wrote the hook and verse for Bad Boys. In Let's Get It featuring Black Rob, you can clearly hear 50 Cent's signature style, gritty, catchy, and straight to the point. But even after writing for Diddy, 50 wasn't done throwing jabs. In 2002, he hit Diddy with a diss track called Get Out the Club, calling him a trick and even taking a shot at him for losing J-Lo. Surprisingly, Diddy didn't clap back. Maybe he just didn't think it was worth responding, or maybe he just let 50 do his thing. But here's the twist. Despite all the drama, Diddy saw something in 50. Tony Yayo even said that Diddy thought about signing 50 to Bad Boy Records. Can you imagine? 50 Cent under Diddy's label. So why didn't it happen? The answer, Supreme. After 50 spilled all the street business in Ghetto Quarren, Diddy wasn't willing to deal with the heat that came with it. The risk wasn't worth it, so he backed out. Looking back, that might have been one of Diddy's biggest missed chances. Think about it. What if they'd teamed up? What could they have achieved together? It's a huge what if in the world of hip-hop, and who knows how different things could have been if they joined forces. Picture this. 50 Cent and Diddy, 2 giants of the rap game, finally in the same room at the MTV VMAs in 2003. It seemed like the perfect moment for a feel-good vibe, right? But things weren't as smooth as they appeared. Diddy, presenting the Best Rap Video Award, announced 50 as the winner for In Da Club. You'd expect a moment of celebration, smiles, and high fives, but that's not how it went down. While Diddy and 50 appeared to be on good terms, smiling and dapping each other up, there was definitely some tension underneath the surface. It's like they were both trying to keep things cool in front of the cameras, but anyone who was paying attention could tell there was something more to the story. The question is, what was really going on behind those smiles? It was a moment full of mixed signals, and the story was just beginning to unfold. Behind the scenes, things weren't as smooth as they seemed. The tension between 50 Cent and Diddy took a strange turn at Chris Lighty's wedding, a big event in the music industry where both were invited. Chris was close to both of them and hoped to bring the two together. But instead of clearing the air, things got awkward. 50 Cent shared a story about something Diddy said at the wedding that really threw him off. Over the years, 50 has mentioned this moment in interviews, and fans are still scratching their heads over it. Apparently, Diddy offered to take 50 shopping and pay for everything. Now, that's a pretty strange offer, right? 50 didn't know if Diddy was just being friendly or if there was some hidden meaning behind it. Either way, 50 felt uncomfortable, and it just added more tension to their already complicated relationship. Was Diddy really just trying to be nice, or was he playing mind games with 50, trying to make him feel small? We'll never know for sure, but this moment definitely added fuel to the fire and kept the drama going. What do you think? Was Diddy trying to mess with 50, or was it all just a misunderstanding? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. It was clear that whatever Diddy's intentions were, it didn't sit well with 50 Cent. Instead of saying anything directly, Diddy casually asked if 50 wanted to go shopping, which made 50 feel uncomfortable, like Diddy was implying he needed clothes. After that, 50 started throwing subtle jabs at Diddy in his music, his persona, and pretty much everything about him. But honestly, this wasn't just about personal beef. Things really heated up when it came to business. Now, let's rewind a bit. Before all the drama, Diddy was already a huge name in the music industry. He wasn't just producing, he was running Bad Boy Records and making legends, especially with the notorious B.I.G. But after Biggie's tragic death, Diddy didn't stay stuck in just the music world. He branched out and started making moves in areas no one expected. First, he launched his Sean John clothing line, which didn't just shake up the fashion scene, it made hundreds of millions and turned Diddy into a mogul. Then there was his partnership with Ciroc, which made him a major player in the alcohol business. Diddy's Ciroc deal? A total game changer. He didn't just promote the vodka, he made it his brand. From calling it the drink of kings to showing it off at his exclusive parties, Diddy turned Ciroc into a must-have symbol of success. Celebrities weren't just drinking vodka, they were drinking Ciroc, showing they had made it to the top. And those commercials? They were like mini movies, not your typical ads. Diddy wasn't just selling a product, he was selling a whole lifestyle. He made Ciroc about luxury, exclusivity, and power. But here's the kicker. Diddy got a deal where he would keep 50% of Ciroc's profits for 6 years. That move changed the game and turned Diddy into a business mogul, proving that he wasn't just a music icon, but a true businessman. By 2013, Diddy had built an empire worth a jaw-dropping $340 million. But as usual, when someone is on top, others start to pay attention. And for 50 Cent, there's no way he'd let Diddy keep shining without a little challenge. Even though the beef had simmered down for a while, 50 stirred it up again in 2010, taking shots at Diddy. He called him a bloodsucker and slammed his music, saying it was trash. It didn't end there. When Diddy renamed his supergroup the Supreme Team, 50 saw red. Why? Because it was the same name as the notorious gang linked to the shooting that almost ended 50's life. That was a punch below the belt. Then, in June 2010, 50 took it further in an interview, claiming Diddy wasn't really an artist, just a businessman, since he didn't write his own lyrics. 50 made it clear that he wasn't holding back, and the rivalry was far from over. 50 Cent didn't hold back when he called out Diddy, saying that if he took random lines from other people's songs, he could technically be called an artist, but it wouldn't be true to hip-hop's values of being real and unique. Diddy didn't take this lightly. At a BET Awards after-party in June 2010, he threw some shade without directly naming 50, saying, "Hate is for suckers," and called him a crab. You already know 50 wasn't about to let that go. He clapped back with even more insults, making their rivalry even more heated. But then things took a surprising turn. 50 revealed he had received compromising photos of Diddy's girlfriend, Cassie, through his website. These photos, reportedly from a private video, were said to be even worse than the ones that had already leaked. Rumor had it that Bad Boy Records bought the rights to keep those photos hidden. The drama was escalating, and it was clear this beef wasn't ending anytime soon. What do you think? Is 50 exposing the truth, or is this just part of his ongoing battle with Diddy? Let us know in the comments. 50 Cent shared a wild story about Diddy and Cassie. He said that when he found some compromising photos of Cassie, he called Diddy to ask if she was really his girlfriend. Diddy confirmed it, and 50 sent him the photos. But here's the twist. What really shocked 50 wasn't just the photos, but Diddy's reaction. He actually thanked 50 for sending them. That's when 50 started to think something wasn't right. He believed the photos weren't taken because Cassie wanted them, but because Diddy had asked for them. 50 also pointed out that Diddy had a reputation for being a master manipulator, using people and situations to keep control over them. Over the years, several women have spoken out about their experiences with Diddy, saying he's been controlling, unkind, and even violent in relationships. Others have shared stories about the toxic environment at his famous parties, claiming there was a lot of exploitation and intimidation. Despite all these accusations, Diddy remains one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. The story around Diddy has always been filled with silence from those around him, making it even harder to ignore the troubling behavior that's followed him over the years. But things are changing now. Since the airing of Diddy's dirty laundry, the drama's only gotten bigger. And 50 Cent is taking this opportunity to make sure the world sees the full picture. His company, G-Unit Film and Television, has teamed up with Netflix to create a documentary that's grabbing everyone's attention. Co-directed by 50 and Alexandria Stapleton, the documentary will focus on serious allegations like sexual misconduct and racketeering. This isn't just about recent drama, it's diving deep into accusations that go back years. The working title of the project is Diddy Do It, and it's already shaking things up. Netflix fought hard to get the rights for it in September 2024. This documentary isn't just about exposing a scandal, it's about making a real impact. But putting it together hasn't been easy. In an interview, 50 Cent shared how complicated it's become, calling it an octopus because of all the accusations and new revelations popping up daily. Even with all the challenges, 50 and his team are staying committed. He's confident in the facts, the interviews, and the people ready to speak out, saying, "They're not going to stop me from putting this out." But behind the scenes, powerful figures are reportedly trying to block the release. 50 hinted that some big names are protecting their own interests. One of them is Clive Davis, the legendary music executive who helped shape Bad Boy Records and fiercely defends his people. Then there's Jay-Z. While Jay's image has always been clean, his close ties with Diddy raise some eyebrows. Could he be quietly discouraging Netflix from moving forward with the documentary? What do you think? Could powerful people in the industry really be working to stop this from coming out? The stakes are incredibly high for this documentary, and it's clear that powerful people are doing everything they can to stop it. Diddy's longtime business partner, Harvey Pierre, could be one of the key figures trying to block it. He's been a major part of Diddy's empire for years and knows everything there is to know about how it operates. If anyone has the power to influence what happens behind the scenes, it's him. Let's not forget about Revolt TV, Diddy's own platform. While it might not be the biggest name in media, it holds a lot of influence in the hip-hop world. Diddy could use it to subtly shift the narrative or discredit the documentary entirely. After all, we've seen how media moguls can control public perception in the past. And then there's Diddy's legal team. He has some of the best lawyers out there. Just look at how quickly they handled his legal issues with Cassie. These attorneys could make things difficult for the documentary, tying it up in legal battles to stop it from being released. So, what do you think? Will this documentary ever make it to screens? Or are the powers that be going to keep it hidden? Share your thoughts below. The road to getting this documentary out isn't easy. With powerful figures like Diddy's legal team and business partners, The stakes are high. Diddy's legal team could try to stop it, intimidate people, or tie the project up in lawsuits. Plus, big companies like Ciroc, which are tied to Diddy's brand, might not want to be associated with the controversy. Sponsors and partners could step in to protect their interests and try to block the documentary from moving forward. But here's the twist. 50 Cent isn't someone who shies away from a challenge. He's used to dealing with controversy, and he's ready for whatever comes next. He's made it clear that the goal of this documentary isn't just to expose Diddy, but to give a voice to those who have been silenced for years. He and co-director Alexandria Stapleton want to tell these hidden stories while also acknowledging Diddy's undeniable impact on hip-hop. It's not just about stirring up trouble, it's about shedding light on untold stories and giving people a chance to speak out. And no matter how hard the road gets, 50 Cent is ready to take on anyone or anything that stands in his way. What do you think will happen next? Will the truth come out, or will the powers that be succeed in stopping it? Let us know your thoughts. This documentary is all about uncovering the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it might be for some. So, what do you think? Will Diddy's past finally catch up to him? Do you think he'll face real consequences, or will his power keep him safe once again? Let us know what you think in the comments. And before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our next video. Trust me, it's one you won't want to miss.